Hey guys, what's up? This is Fang /VA here, coming at you with a new video. And in today's video, consider this pretty much a appetizer to I don't know why I said that so posh, but again, we are going to be talking about Andor, and for some strange reason, Empire, like 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 high rank Imperials always are always British people. Yeah,
Let's get a
but
sip of our tea.
yes, I must be done with this, you know, rebel insurgents, so that this way I can get back to base and have my tea and crumpets.
Have some fish and chips.
But yes, this is a little bit of an appetizer for the Stars channel,
Yosh.
which I will hopefully be working on that sometime this week or next week.
Or this weekend.
Yes, or this weekend if I don't get too busy.
Yosh.
So yeah, recap of season one. Season one, we pretty much see Andor, Cassian Andor, one of my all-time favorite Disney Stars characters. Pretty much go from being this guy that doesn't really care about the rebellion. He kind of has this Han Solo thing, and he doesn't really want to do work. He just wants to get his foster mom out,
Yep.
who is played by the same woman that plays Harry's aunt in the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
And he gets locked up in this prison, and then there's that beautiful scene of where they decide that there's only one way out, and you hear them all say that they literally rush Imperials to the ground so that they can get out of there, and we get to see the early stages of the rebellion being formed. Andor season one was critically acclaimed by both critics. The fan base, I will say, the reception is very positive. There are, of course, there are people there that's like, well, I don't want to watch it because it's boring, or it's Disney Star Wars, or
Yeah.
what have you. But it is a good British show. My problem with it is that at times it slowed to a crawl. At times there were definitely episodes that definitely could have been maybe shortened a little bit, or maybe we needed a bit more action. Um, but I'm not going to sit here and start saying that this series needs lightsabers, this series needs legacy characters. It's like, in a sense, we do have legacy characters because I do consider Cassian as one. Um, I think he deserves to be called that because
Exactly.
Rogue One next year is going to be turning 10 years old.
Oh,
Imagine that.
wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh my whole I oh dear god.
Which is arguably Disney's best Star Wars movie currently. Although, but if the Mando and Grogu turns out to be good, it might maybe Ty is my favorite, but I think Rogue One will always be my favorite just because of how it is.
Yeah, I was about to say with how it is and how it ends with the yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't gonna spoil that
Well,
just in case no one's watched it.
if you haven't watched it, then why? Then
What are you
what the
doing?
heck are
Go
you
watch
doing?
it. Go watch it.
To quote Obi-Wan, you better go home and rethink your life.
I better go home and rethink my life.
But yeah, so season two, how they're doing it is that each week they're gonna be dropping 3 episodes, and it's pretty much a year time skip. So like these 3 episodes take place a year after the finale of Andor.
Yeah.
Next week's 3 episodes, which is 4, 5, and 6, will be 2 years since the finale. you guys see where I'm going with this. And in
Oh,
this
so
one,
that's how they're
yeah,
Oh, that's cool that they're doing it like that.
it is cool. It is cool. Um, Ca- Cassian's mission in this one is to pretty much steal this TIE fighter. And it looks like a TIE interceptor. It might be a TIE interceptor. Um, for some reason, the wings look a little too long in the back of the
Yeah, they
one.
do.
Um,
But we def know it's a TIE fighter because they say it in the show.
well, plus it. I mean, they say it, but you can tell it's a TIE.
Yeah.
Um, and let me see here. Let me find a good picture of it. It might be a TIE interceptor. I don't know because it looks a lot longer in the back.
Well, um, well, we also got to put into consideration that was a test flight one.
Yeah,
So it wasn't. I don't think it was fully finished yet.
a lot of people are saying that it's a TIE Avenger.
Ooh,
Yeah, which is from Legends. And if that's what they're going for, that's cool.
that is very cool. If that's what they're going for.
Never mind.
Oh, it
It
it.
is the TIE
Oh,
Avenger. Okay.
well, okay then. That's cool that they're
Um,
doing that.
we also see a TIE silencer during the um final sequence of episode 3.
Yep.
So these 3 episodes was very Empire heavy focus. It was a lot of, you know, behind the scenes stuff as well. We focus on Mon Mothma's daughter's wedding. Um, and you have her cousin that is dealing with heartbreak because she hasn't talked to,
Yep.
at this point, pretty much her ex in a long time because sadly, her ex has chosen to be a rebel, to pretty much go all in with this than Mon's cousin. And and then over course these 3 episodes, you see Mon trying to get the funding that she needs, and as it turns out, if I remember correctly, I believe it turns out that she ends up not getting it from him, right?
Yep.
Or okay, and because of that, she kind of has this effort moment. She drinks and she starts dancing, pretty much, like what anyone would do when they're stressed. They're just trying to unwind.
Mind. Yeah. And I will state there is a part during that looks like she's about to pass out,
Yeah.
which concerned me because I was sitting here going, "Oh no."
Um. Now there is a scene in there that was leaked, and I'm not sure how I feel about this, considering the fact that um, Andor is definitely not a kid show, but I would not be surprised if kids watch it with their parents. There is a scene there
Very
that
much
does
so.
take place, something that deals with that rhymes with date.
Grape.
Yeah, grape. That's a better wording. Luckily, uh, the character defends herself and all that, and good on her. And see what else. We see Krennic again, which is awesome.
I like how we both fangasmed over.
Yeah, because Krennic is another character that I really enjoy. I definitely enjoyed his cameo in the Bad Batch. Um, and it's always great. And it turns out that Cyril and Daedra are living together and are maybe together. It's kind of weird
It's
because
kind of weird with how they did the part of the episode for that.
it's still awkward, it's still weird, but it's like there is obviously something going on. And what's funny though too is that Deja, you know, finally realizes how much stress that Cyril's mom puts on him, and she helps him out with that. And pretty much he goes full on imperial, like
In
she turned.
all honesty, I found that kind of funny.
Yeah. And so I think what this series shows us is that there are bad people in the Empire, but there are some decent B people that just wants to earn a living and
they just want to
and
they
all
just
that
want to have
stuff.
a job to get credits.
Yeah,
That's all they want.
and they want to belong. And I will not be. This is a prediction. I'm not sure if this is going to happen. I can see 100% Daedra leaving the Empire because she realizes that in the Empire there's no point of her being there when she can have a more
More,
fulfilled life with
that's
Cyril.
true. I can see that happening too.
Um, and then the Empire's planning this whole thing with this one planet. What's it called again?
Um,
The
it started with
It's a
a
company.
G.
Yeah, we've already forgotten it. This is our first time doing something like this.
Well, that and it doesn't help that
Gorman, Gorman.
Gorman. Yeah,
Yeah.
hold on. Keep talking. I'll look it up as we're talking.
Um, and so Deidre is very uncomfortable. Her boss in the ISB is also uncomfortable, but they figured they should do it, especially since Director Krennic trusts her and all that. So, and there's even like a lot of different name drops he drops. He starts talking about the Emperor and Tarkin and a lot of names that we know. And let's see what else. As soon as Cassian lands, in order to find this person, he gets held hostage, and you have two sides that are completely. There's no trust amongst this group. They end up turning on one another. He gets away. Um,
That man's always getting in trouble somehow.
the fact that he ends up learning, like, ends up becoming a freaking good pilot for the rebellion in Rogue One, I do wonder what is going to. I do wonder what is. I do wonder if we see his piloting skills get more better. The time.
Ooh, I hope we do as well. I do know there's gonna be a point where we get to see how him and K2SO met.
Yeah. So supposedly, what Tony Gilroy said is that there's going to be legacy characters popping up. We don't know what legacy characters. We know that there's going to be other like classic Star Wars characters popping up. So maybe Palpatine, Vader.
I mean, considering Krennic did mention he talked to the Emperor,
Yeah.
so
Maybe Bail Organa might make a appearance. Maybe Leia.
Please, I want to see it.
Maybe some Rebel characters. Maybe from Star Wars Rebels, the Bad Batch. Maybe. Who knows?
I want to see. There's so many different characters that could pop up. Ugh.
But no, like overall, I think I'm definitely going to be enjoying season 2 more. It feels like they've definitely listened to criticism about season 1 being a bit more too much of a crawl
Yeah.
at times. And now, am I one of those Star Wars fans that believes that Andor should be the direction that all Star Wars projects should go in? Yes, to a point. I think these things should be well written. I think canon should be first and foremost. That is definitely one of my biggest complaints about the Acolyte. Why is Kiadi Mundi there? Because no offense, the fact that he knew that there was this red alert, possible Sith sighting situation, and yet he flat out made Qui-Gon look like a liar. Kiadi did not need to be in the Acolyte.
No, he did not.
That comp- that kind, like I said, that kind of makes Episode 1, that Kiadi moment look like he freaking lied. Despite that, I thoroughly enjoyed the Acolyte, despite its flaws. Um, but I don't know. But the thing is that I'm not amongst the Star Wars fandom. That's like, I need my Jedi, I need my Sith, I need my lightsabers. Is that my favorite part of the lore? Yes. But I also enjoy politics in Star Wars. It's weird. I don't enjoy politics in real life, but I do enjoy the politics in Star Wars just because of how interesting it is and like how much, the Empire, despite being this unified thing, everyone wants to make the big bucks. Everyone wants to, you know, get promotions. Being in the Empire to me sometimes feels like it's a dog eat dog world. And I think Andor perfectly shows that. I think Andor shows us how complex the Empire is. And I can't wait to watch the other episodes.
It's gonna be amazing. I'm loving season 2.
Yeah, I can't wait till next Tuesday for sure.
I
And
hate that we have to wait a week.
yeah, I know. Um, but but how they're doing it is super cool though.
Yeah, how they're doing it's really cool because when you shared the picture where it said chapter 1, episodes 1 through 3, chapter 2, da 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 da, I'm like, why are they doing that? And then after you explained it more, I'm like, oh, that okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and from what Diego Luna said is that this movie is going to completely change how we view Rogue One, and it's going to end up making us want to watch it. Well, I'm always down to watch Rogue One.
Well, we had already planned that considering the marathon we're doing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're actually doing a big timeline Star Wars marathon. I'm doing this way we can hopefully get to some. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to,
We're trying to prepare ourselves.
yeah, well, not prepare ourselves, but
I know.
we. I've never been able, for some reason, last year I wasn't able to celebrate May the 4th because of what's been going on in my life and all that. And this time I really want to. I'm starting my Star Wars Day celebrations early.
Well, it doesn't help on May the 4th. They're releasing the Tales of the Underworld. So.
Yeah, yeah. Even more Star Wars content to eat.
Yeah. Star Wars fans are eating good. Let's go.
Well, the people that are actually
And
still wants to give things a chance and not, you
yeah.
know,
Well, you know what I meant.
yeah. Oh, don't worry. I'll be getting into more about that probably on my Star Wars channel because I'm not going to hold back. Um, but yeah, anything else we should talk about?
I don't think we should talk about anything else right now because I'm afraid if we do, we're going to give spoilers to certain things.
Yeah. Um, overall, the first 3 episodes gets 2 thumbs up.
Yush.
And yeah, if you're new here, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on Andor season 2. And if you're gonna put constructive criticism about how we did this video, make sure it's nice. because
Don't
I'm
be a
not going to
butt
talk.
about it.
Yeah. But yeah, with that said, we'll see you all in the next video later.
Bye bye.